Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's episode. Cheers, guys.
So, guess who's back?
It's a bit colder here than what I've been used to in California.
It's been pretty yucky the past few days, hasn't it?
I think I've missed some really rough weather, and I've been living it up in glorious sunshine. So anyway, this week I am back to boat work. So the plan for this week is this top stringer.
This one.
It runs, we're going to have to go through the bulkheads into by sort of where the engine room is and all the way down. And I don't think we need to go through the other bulkheads at the bow. I think it starts to get better down that end, doesn't it?
Yeah. So like, it's our only opportunity to really replace it all the way through. It's not really bad doing, but it's the only opportunity, and from a structural point of view, it's very important.
We want the boat to be the best we can be, so we're trying not to bodge stuff, and we're trying to put everything back. So it's 100%. So for years down the line,
we want the structure.
Yeah. So for years down the line, we're gonna have confidence in the boat.
Yeah.
So just for anyone who doesn't know, maybe I got asked this question the other day, just to sort of explain the boat a little bit and what things are called. So these are stringers that run longitudinally. I was going to say it's horizontal. Horizontal. So they run the horizontal. So they're called stringers. The ones that run vertical, that are touching the hull, they're called frames.
Some people call them ribs.
I was going to say that. A lot of people call them ribs. We call them frames. So whether they've got two names and you just pick a name, or whether we're wrong or people are wrong, we call them frames, not ribs, frames. So these are our frames. So the ones that sit outside of the stringers that run vertical, they're all missing. But these are the web frames. So we've got frames, stringers and web frames, and that's our makeup of our hull. And then obviously on the outside we've got 2 layers of hull planking, because it's a double diagonal boat. And in the middle of the 2 layers of planking is a layer of calico. So basically that's a waterproof membrane. So our boat doesn't have any caulking in it, you know, like a lot of old wooden boats do. So I'm quite glad of that, because that'd take like years to caulk the outside of this boat. So it's quite a simple but strong method of construction. You know, if she's lasted this long, what, 78 years, hopefully after we finish with it she'll last another 78 years, and we'll be long gone by then anyway.
Yeah,
so
I don't plan on being there that long. So.
Cool.
So yeah, what I like about the construction, so a normal boat would have the frames or the ribs coming down, then they'd have the planks on the outside, and that's kind of it. I love triangles and shape, so technically the boats move and do this,
but ours doesn't.
Because we've got a double diagonal on the outside. So if anyone knows anything about structures and shapes and stuff like that, that is so strong.
Yeah. So there you go. I hope you've learned something, and I don't know, how am I to learn something? We're always learning, because I never knew what a stringer was before we started this boat.
No. So this is the stringer which we're going to be replacing. So I'm pretty convinced it's rotten up to here, but on the other side of the bulkhead it looks fantastic. So, well, seeing it looks fantastic, I'll show you in a minute. So, what do you reckon, Joe?
Looks like it'll come off easy.
It'll come off easy. So yeah, we need to go now assess the other side of the bulkhead. So this here is the same stringer, but weirdly it's really good. But we've got some cracking in it, so I don't really know why it's cracked, or if there's a substandard piece of material in the first place, I don't know. So we're gonna scarf it up here. What do you reckon, Jem?
All the way back to there.
All the way back to her.
Well, yeah, because they're not cracked all the way through.
Yeah.
It does seem very surface, but considering how nice or everything else is,
yeah,
we may as well get them off.
So yeah, okay, so we're going to chop there. So we're going to measure now 3 meters to see where we need to take it out to, because that's all we're going to do today. Well, and then we'll do the next phase.
If we're lucky, we might get 2 lots in today. don't push it. We always say we're going to do this, going to do that, and it never happens. So if we can just concentrate on getting the first 3 meters through, I would be happy. So we're going to go 3 meters from there through to wherever it gets us to.
But the beauty, we've actually got some holes here we can put the tape measure through. It was there.
There.
I was expecting to be halfway down the boat, was you?
3 meters sounds massive, but then you look at it on the boat and it looks dead small.
Yeah. So we're going to use a little porta power now to push this off. So when we was using the porta power just then, we've obviously I've cut the rove off the nail. But this wood is actually in really good condition. So them cracks there were probably not really to be panicked about, if that makes sense. Anyways, so it was meant to pull the nail from this piece, but it's actually, we've just dragged it through the frame. The frame's not doing much up there, is it? So I think we're just gonna save as much as we can and then give it a fill. What do you think, Jem?
Yeah, so we just tidy it up and put some epoxy in, because obviously that's not structural because it's been cut off anyway for the window.
Yeah, so...
But for visual...
Yeah, unfortunately we've damaged it, but then if you look at the end of this stringer there, yeah, it's got a bit of rot in it, but... So that's there, but then you look on this side, it's...
So them cracks
perfect
on anything, so maybe we don't have to go as far down and we scarf it here.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So this little bit of ugly looking wood, obviously it is cracked and stuff, but it's not structural because it's cut off for the window anyway. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to whack loads of epoxy in it, let that soak in, and then I'm going to put a coat of thickened epoxy on it to make the shape back up again, just so visually it looks nice. Hello! I'm just painting the hole.
You missed a bit. No, you're not.
Gimme. Cool. We're nearly prepped. All the string is out. I've painted the bits that we need to paint. I'm still waiting for the epoxy to dry on the other side so I can sand that off, give that a paint. Then we're ready to get the stringer through. Toolbox comes in handy as a workbench.
And we were clever. We painted these in the workshop, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we'd have to paint them on the boat and then get stuck to them all the time. So all good. So what we did having dinner?
May as well, because I've got to wait for the epoxy to dry. If you're looking for a way to connect with your audience, why not set yourself up a website? We've done one with Squarespace and it has been really beneficial to us. It's a great way to connect with our audience. And I love sharing photos of what we've been up to. But people on social media are missing out because they're not seeing this content that I'm putting on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a photo gallery on our Squarespace website so everyone can go and look back at how the boat has progressed through this past year through a collection of photographs. So if you're looking for a website, head over to squarespace.com, and when you're ready to launch, if you use the code squarespace.com/shiphappens, you'll get 10% off your first order of a website or a domain. So go and create a website and connect with your audience because the world wants to see what you're doing.
Okay, so we're ready to put the wood in the hole.
Aye aye.
I think it'll fit in the hole.
Is it hardwood or softwood?
It's got a bit of flex to it.
So now it's a case of hammering it all the way down, getting it through the hole in the bulkhead and, you know, putting it into position. So what I'm going to do now is get all the epoxy in before we put the two joints together. 5mm. Stop. Perfect.
Just about. That's okay.
So we've had a bit of a nightmare with drill bits, haven't we? We bought originally some really long ones and they were quite expensive.
Yeah.
Like literally, I think it was like 60 quid for like 2 of them, wasn't it? And they've snapped.
But they're like butter.
Well, the really expensive ones were like aircraft.
Yeah, no, they they were brittle basically, but when we were drilling through and hitting the original nail, all of a sudden they just didn't give you any warning.
And then we've bought longer, cheaper ones off like Amazon, and they've just literally.
They were chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, they were absolutely. You just show them a piece of wood and they'd go. So if anyone knows anywhere where I can get 5.5mm drill bits that are quite long to go all the way through.
Well, you need that.
That was like 160mm, I think.
Yeah, so you need 200mm, don't you?
So I've looked everywhere for them, and obviously you can get loads of long ones on like eBay and Amazon, but they are absolute pants.
Yeah.
So if anyone,
high quality.
Yeah, if anyone can recommend some decent quality that aren't gonna break my bank.
Or break.
Oh yeah, or break. Drop a link in the description of anywhere that you can recommend. That would be fantastic.
Can I carry on drilling?
Yeah, go on, drill away.
What are you doing?
Just drilling holes in my boat.
Ventilation?
Yeah, oh yeah, you need holes in your boat, especially below the waterline.
100%, yeah.
No, so I'm drilling the holes through for when Simon goes outside to do copper nails and roves. So as well as the stringer we've just put in, we're going to get up to date on the bits on the other stringers that we've done previously that we didn't rove. So we may as well get it all the stringers that we've done all roved. And if we've got time, we'll do the 2 frames that we didn't do the other week.
Here and here.
Like you said.
Like here. Can you do that? Do you think you could get a job on an aeroplane?
And the exits are here, 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 and here.
You could put the ventilation holes are here. So if you have to breathe if you're underwater, do you reckon you can breathe through your hole?
Shut up, I'm trying to work.
Hold on. How did you gone all the way through?
Because I can see the daylight.
Can we see the daylight? Get a light. What was it? Stop
There.
pushing me. Maybe that, isn't it?
Stop looking down my hole and do some work.
Right, this is where I'm going to get stuck now because this is soft mud.
Oh, this feels like ages since I've done copper nails.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, they're alright.
Beautiful. Right, that's that side done. Now over to the bow.
So last time we put the 2 frames in, feels like ages ago now, we didn't nail them all the way down or all the way up, we nailed like the lower. So we've got to refill now all of these holes as much as we can. So that's the job.
We're getting good at these copper nails and roves now. We've done that quicker than what we thought we would. I am actually sweating. Doesn't help that I wear 5 hoodies.
Okay, so as you can see, we're losing light. Well, but so we've just done all of the stringers. Well, all of the missing parts of the stringers, and then we've just nailed all these nails up there. We're getting quite good, to be honest with you. Slightly smaller drill bit we're using now. It really bites into the wood better, so yeah, a bit easier, apart from the actual knocking in part.
Do you know what?
She's so pretty.
You make a good dolly boy.
Dolly boy, I'm the dolly boy apparently.
But look, it's all shiny.
Yeah, but notice how dull the other ones have gone.
I know, the other ones look really dull now compared to the new ones. So we've done quite well today. So we've got the stringer in through the bulkheads and into by the engine room bit.
Yeah.
So it's just the rest of the stringer to go all the way to the other bulkhead.
But it's not that easy to do because of these knees, but if you're just doing 3 metre sections, it'll be good.
Yeah, so we've now got to go from there all the way down. It is good right at the bulkhead at the other end, so we need to go to what here. But we've got all these hanging knees in the way. And obviously, we can't take them all off at once because that's what's holding our deck up. So, yeah.
I think we can slip it in.
We can slip it in.
We can get it in.
We can just get rid of the bottom bolts maybe.
Yeah.
Leave the hanging knees in and then get it up that way.
Because the problem over here was these gun mounts.
Yeah.
Because it kind of had to go in and straight, but with this we can
put it in and whack it up. So that's our next job really then, isn't it?
And then once that's done, then we can start doing the webs. Yeah. Which we're excited about, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then, because that's gonna like make up, because there's no webs on this side, so you know, once they're all in, it's gonna look, you know, it's a beefy structure anyway.
But then when all the webs are done, that's when we can start doing the decks.
No, before we do the decks, and after we've done the webs, we need to do the beam shelf.
Ooh, beam shelf. Okay.
So that's going to be interesting.
I've got a plan, it's fine.
We've got a plan. So, I'm buzzing with what we achieved today.
Yeah, it's good. We've done well. Because we've also ticked off quite a few jobs that we've started, haven't we? All the missing nails.
We've gone
and
back
stuff.
and done all the bits of missing nails. I did notice we have missed 2 down there. So next time we're roving, there's 2 to do. But every time we come, we leave it better than what we left.
Leave it stronger. I like
stronger.
strength.
Yeah, I was going to say not tidier. You don't want to turn.
Grayer.
You don't want to turn around right now and see the mess on that bench. So we're off to go and have a little tidy up.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. These are all just, I love you all. These are amazing. So keep updated on our YouTube. I will be putting more little bits of America trips on and stuff like that. But they'll be like midweeks. And next weekend, unfortunately, we haven't got any boat work.
Why not?
Because we're going to a boat show.
Ooh.
So I'll probably take my camera and do a little bit of filming around the boat show, which is the boat life. By the time you watch this video, it's already probably been and gone. Unlucky.
I always get excited about the shows, but then you go there and it's usually like...
You know us, we will give you our honest opinion on what the boat show was like. So, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's episode.
Yeah.
Right, we better go and find out where Amelia's hiding. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Can you lift this camera up so I'm not bent down?
Cuts. Gemma's on one of her like going on days, so can't do anything with them bloody things on.
Well, I've just been talking to you for 10 minutes and you didn't respond.
That's alright.
Put your double chin away a minute while I take a nice photo.
Don't let it end. There's 1,000 dreams between us, and we're reaching for the land. Won't you drift away with us? Come and drift away with us. Won't you drift